What's up, guys? Lucas and Steven here with Optimum Athletes. This is the first episode of our podcast, we'll call it. We're planning to do these sort of 10-minute talks just to kind of dive in, give you guys some tips, talk about whatever's going on in the gym or just things that we think can help you guys at home. As a podcast consumer myself, one of the things that turns me off from a podcast, or one of the main reasons I won't listen to a podcast, is length. If I'm getting in the car and I know I got a 10 to 15 minute drive ahead of me and I got an hour and a half podcast, I may be deterred to turn that on because I know I'm not going to be able to finish it. So with this, our sort of goal is to kind of keep it to one, maybe two topics per episode, short little bits of information you guys can listen to on your drive home from work or to school or whatever it may be. And yeah, just going to get content out there for you guys.
Yeah. One thing I'll add to that is feel free, if you're out there and you're seeing this video, DM us or comment on this, or because this is our first time with one of these segments. You can DM in or whatever you got to do. Any questions you might have in general about training, baseball, mental game, whatever it is. We got a lot we want to talk about, and hopefully create a pretty good conversation with you guys and everyone else that follows us. So feel free to ask any questions you guys have, and we'll try to do our best to answer them on these little snippets here.
Yeah, it's like what Steve said, this is going to be pretty free-flowing, so, if we're going over a drill or something, we might be doing the podcast while we're demonstrating for you guys or moving around. So it's going to might look different each episode, but we'll just kind of play it by ear. We might have guests on, different guys that are training in here, just different perspectives, different things, whatever it may be that we think can help you guys be beneficial.
Yeah, no doubt. We got a lot of good guys in here, so we'll try to help you guys out the best we can.
Yeah, I think we'll probably have Lucas Giolito on an episode coming up. Got a bunch of minor leaguers in house, a bunch of elite college and high school guys. Hearing their stories, hearing things that have helped them, whatever trials and tribulations they've gone through in their career, things that they've overcome, or drills they like, or mental cues, literally anything and everything. Is open and free range for this podcast.
A pretty solid PT team too, so we might be able to get some good guys on here, local to the area, that you guys might like some of their stuff if we can get them on here. Pretty knowledgeable guys about the body, any injuries you might be having, struggles. I know there's 1,000 different places to look, but if you happen to be following us, we're going to try to deliver for you guys. Yeah. So this will be fun.
So that's a good little quick intro. So we're going to try to keep this under 10 minutes, so we got about 7.5 left. And so just one thing I'll just talk about really quick for this first episode is one kind of thing that helped me a lot with my arm action. I've always had a long arm action, and one of the main drills of plyo balls is to kind of clean up that arm action and get more efficient patterning. And even though I knew that's what you're trying to accomplish and had the right cues, you might say, I would always kind of get here, then my arm would just dump behind me until two summers ago now. I was actually sitting down, I was having dinner with someone you guys might know, Trevor Bauer, and his father, Warren Bauer, who's an awesome guy. I was talking to him about it, and he looked at me and goes, Lucas, have you ever thrown with an open hand? And I was like, I've watched Trevor throw a lot, and obviously he's kind of right in here and just kind of goes back. I was like, but then he's like, no, like actually open your hand and throw the ball. I was kind of like, no, what? He's like, well, if you throw with an open hand, you won't be able to dump it behind you because you'll drop the ball.
Right.
And I was kind of that actually makes sense. So literally the next time I did pivot picks and roll-ins, I just held my hand open and wouldn't you know it, but
you had a cue. It was like holding a glass of water and you couldn't spill it. Right, I remember you telling me this.
Yeah, and so
something like that.
I knew I was going to throw this ball with an open hand, and anything that was less efficient that was here, the ball was going to drop. So did that a couple times, and my arm action looked a lot better. Did it on roll-ins too. It kind of felt weird at first, but doing that over and over again, I would do about 6 or 8 of those, and then like 3 of actually allowing myself to hold it and trying to mimic that same motion.
Yeah.
That helped me a lot.
It did help you. I mean, it cleaned up your pivot a lot. There's a lot going on, and that's the thing we can dive into with the drills is just in that drill alone, arm action patterning is, the plyo balls really help, the heavy balls help and all that, but there's a lot that can go wrong. We see a lot of things that kind of athletes tend to think they're doing that they're actually not doing. It's actually hurting them. So the concept of the drill we give them, and much like a lot of you guys out there, and the athlete tends to kind of put their own twist on it based on how their body moves and their idea of the drill. Like the pivot drill, Lucas mentioned about his open hand, we all see, some main common flaws of the drill being like a massive cutter with like an aggressive elbow drive, things like that, where you're getting way too far in front of your face and the ball almost comes out like a slider. Mm-hmm. And it feels pretty natural just because the ball's so big. You gotta use different motions to get it out towards the wall. And so, things we do clean that up. If you guys are out there and you're noticing you're kind of karate chopping the ball, like throwing like a curveball, we tend to aim guys, 6 inches off their shoulder, throwing shoulder, to their to be their glove side, and we want the ball to basically come back in a straight line off their heels. Another thing we cue. So the wall can give you direct feedback. We don't really need to tell them, hey, it's a mechanical flaw here. We're talking more of we're going to set a goal, and we're going to accomplish it hopefully through what we're seeing with the feedback. So I mean,
yeah. So both those things, like where the ball's coming off the wall and not using an open hand, are two things that you can do without a third party watching you. So you know, having a video, having a coach look at you is obviously great and awesome, and they can dive into all the minor details and micro details. But if you're throwing plyo balls before a game, getting ready to go in, and you're in the bullpen by yourself, you can have a coach over you, or you can have video go back and look at it. Like, you got to get ready for the game. So that's one thing that you can kind of take with you, just where the ball's coming off the wall, or if you feel like your arm's getting a little longer and you're trying to pattern that short arm pass, open your hand for a couple throws. But yeah, where the ball's coming off the wall also depends on your arm angle. So I know for me, I was a pretty low 3/4, so I'm a righty, but it's probably off the screen. But I was pretty much right here, while some guys are up here. So since I was down here, I had to actually make that, instead of 6 inches, it was a little bit further. Because you want a direct line from your hand to the wall, which I think the first time I saw that was on Ben Brewster, Tread Athletics page.
Tread has done a good job of that. They have definitely made that a common, or a teach over the years.
Yeah, he had a great video on it. It just kind of clicked because at Westmont, where I went to school, our plyo walls were about this wide. So you'd line up, especially for roll-ins, right in front of the wall, and then you'd throw. Your arm would probably be outside the wall, and the ball to hit the wall would be right in front of your face. And that just kind of makes sense because your whole life you're playing catch with someone, you're throwing to a catcher, to first base, whatever it is. Unless you're doing an infield throw on the run across your body, you're used to being square up to the target. You throw the ball, and the ball hits the glove in line with you. But when you get on a wall that's 4 feet in front of your face, if you're throwing from anywhere not directly in line with your face, which no one does, and the ball hits in front of your face, that ball's on this angle that's probably going to be behind a left-handed hitter if you do the same thing on the mound. So, and that ball that hits in front of your face is going to come off to the left if you're a righty. So any plyo ball that you throw as a righty that comes off to the left side of your body, you probably either yanked it or cut it, and that's a good, direct, immediate feedback that you can use and to clean up your drill going forward, or just on the spot make a change if you're getting ready for a game.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways that hopefully we can help you guys, and guys out there will let you know the plyo balls are great, and they're some of the best things in the business, I think, to help you clean up your arm action or just make you an overall better pitcher. But remember, there is a drawback to that if we're doing things wrong, we're going to pattern some very inefficient movements. So at the same time, it's like a double-edged sword. We got to be aware of certain things, and it's actually a pretty, relatively easy concept to get from the feedback, but it's pretty hard to accomplish. So we'll do the best we can to keep giving you guys feedback.
Well, what's crazy was that before I saw that video, my first year at Westmont, I remember I'd be throwing an inner squat or whatever, even at CRC before that, and I'd be throwing well, getting out, whatever it may be, and then all of a sudden after 10 or 12 pitches, you just randomly yank one 5 feet to the left of home plate. And it's where'd that come from? And it's when you do plyo balls over and over, you are patterning those movements. And
Casey put it, Casey Weathers, who used to work with us here, he put it as you guys overcorrected. So once you get really good at this stuff, your body tends to adapt, and you're gonna want to think you're trying to accomplish something. We see online that we have a bunch of social media, we can see a pickoff throw, for example, and you're gonna try to master these positions, you're gonna try to feel it, and your body actually overcorrects, and you start to possibly do negative things for your overall benefit. So just keep an open mind.
And especially keep in mind that you're doing, if you're doing 10 reverse throws with black green, 10 pivot picks with black green, 10, you're doing accumulating, over 50 reps with these plyo balls day in and day out. That the movements that you're doing, those are gonna start adding up, and your body's gonna get used to those. And that's why I think, the second I got a guy on base, the second a guy just lost focus for a second, my body kind of went back to what it was used to. I'd yank a ball 5 feet to the left. It's whoa, where did that come from? And it's well, I was practicing that for the last 2 years,
3 years,
which is crazy to think about because I was doing a lot of damage there. And I got to the point where once I saw Brewster's video, I literally would, if this was the plyo wall, line up almost off the wall. And actually just kind of throw from here, straight line from my hand to the wall, and that I think helped a lot. So those are 2 quick little plyo ball tips, open hand, and kind of pay attention to where the ball comes off the wall. But we can dive into some other ones in future episodes, but that's about 10 minutes. So that's, again, kind of the point of this podcast. Quick little tips for you guys that you can listen to on your commute. So
anything you want to hear, DM us, comment, whatever you want to do, let us know.
Away Podcast 1, we out.